Good day everyone, and welcome back to Celebrity Gossip. Before we dive into today's explosive story, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because you do not want to miss what is coming next in this unfolding drama. Trust me, this one is going to be absolutely wild. So, let me set the scene for you. Kim Kardashian recently sat down for what can only be described as one of the most candid and revealing interviews of her entire career. The reality television megastar appeared on Alex Cooper's massively popular podcast, Call Her Daddy. And let me tell you, she held absolutely nothing back. From the moment she sat down in that chair, it was clear that Kim was ready to open up about things she has kept bottled up for years. And the main topic that has everyone talking? Her tumultuous marriage to rapper Kanye West. Now, we have seen Kim navigate countless controversies over the years. This woman has been in the public eye for nearly 2 decades, and she has faced everything from family drama to business challenges to relationship scandals. But this interview was different. This was Kim Kardashian at her most vulnerable, her most honest, and her most unfiltered. She did not dance around difficult questions. She did not give those carefully crafted public relations responses that we have become so accustomed to hearing from celebrities. No, this time Kim was raw, she was real, and she was ready to tell her side of the story. During the interview with Alex Cooper, Kim opened up about what she described as her toxic marriage to Kanye West. And when I say she opened up, I mean she really went there. The scheme's founder revealed some absolutely shocking details about what went on behind closed doors during their nearly 8 years of marriage. She talked about feeling unsafe in her own relationship, and she was not just talking about physical safety. Kim explained to Cooper that the feeling of being unsafe extended to emotional and even financial aspects of their relationship. Let me read you exactly what she said because her words were incredibly powerful. Kim told Alex Cooper, "Just not feeling safe, not even physically, just like maybe emotionally or even, financially." Now, think about that for a moment. Here is one of the most famous women in the entire world, someone who has built a billion-dollar empire, someone who seems to have it all together from the outside, and she's talking about not feeling safe in her own marriage. That is absolutely heartbreaking when you really stop and think about it. Kim went on to describe Kanye's erratic behavior and his spending habits, which apparently caused significant strain in their relationship. Now, we have all seen glimpses of Kanye's unpredictable behavior over the years. The public outbursts, the controversial statements, the seemingly impulsive decisions. But hearing Kim talk about what it was like to actually live with that, to be married to that, to try to raise a family in that environment, it really puts everything into a completely different perspective. The interview was incredibly well received by fans and podcast listeners. People appreciated Kim's honesty and vulnerability. They felt like they were finally getting to see the real person behind the carefully curated social media posts and the glamorous red carpet appearances. For once, Kim was not trying to protect anyone else's image or feelings. She was simply telling her truth, her experience, her story. And people respected that. But here is where things get really interesting, and this is the part of the story that has everyone on the edge of their seats right now. According to sources close to Kim Kardashian, the reality star is now bracing herself for what she expects will be a massive response from Kanye West. She knows him better than almost anyone, and she knows exactly how he operates. Kim is reportedly preparing for what insiders are calling a social media hurricane, because she fully expects that Kanye is going to explode when he watches or hears about this interview. Now, let me share with you what sources are saying about this situation because it is absolutely fascinating. A close friend of Kim's spoke to Rob Shooter's Shooter Scoop, and they provided some incredible insight into what is going on behind the scenes right now. According to this friend, Kim knew exactly what she was doing when she made those statements on the podcast. The source said, she knew those words would sting. Kim was not naive about how Kanye would react to hearing her describe their marriage as toxic and talking about feeling unsafe. She knew it would hurt him, she knew it would make him angry, and she said it anyway. And why would she do that? Why would she knowingly poke the bear, so to speak? Well, according to the source, it is because Kim is simply done. She is done censoring herself. She is done protecting Kanye's feelings at the expense of her own truth. She is done living her life worried about how he might react to everything she says or does. The friend told Shooter Scoop, she's finally telling her truth. And that right there tells you everything you need to know about where Kim's head is at right now. But Kim is not stupid. She knows Kanye West better than almost anyone on this planet. They were together for years before they even got married. They share 4 children together. She has seen him at his best and at his worst. She knows how he responds when he feels attacked or criticized. And that is why she is preparing herself right now for what is almost certainly coming her way. Now, I want to take a moment to talk about the bigger picture here, because this situation is about so much more than just fake tattoos and colored contact lenses. This is about the impossible standards that celebrity children are held to. This is about the way society expects famous parents to raise their kids. This is about the double standard that exists when it comes to allowing children to express themselves and explore their identity. If North West were not the daughter of Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, if she were just a regular 12-year-old girl experimenting with temporary tattoos and fake piercings, nobody would bat an eye. Parents might smile and think it was cute. Grandparents might shake their heads and remember when their own kids went through similar phases. But nobody would be calling it concerning or worrying about what it means for her future. The only reason this is a story at all is because of who her parents are. And let me be honest with you, I think the criticism that Kim receives about her parenting choices is often unfair and rooted in sexism. Kim Kardashian is constantly being judged and second-guessed as a mother in ways that fathers in the entertainment industry simply are not. Every outfit her kids wear, every activity they participate in, every photo she posts on social media is analyzed and critiqued. People act as if they have some kind of right to weigh in on how she raises her children, even though they do not know her, they do not know her family, and they certainly do not know what goes on behind closed doors in her household. The reality is that Kim Kardashian appears to be doing an excellent job raising her children. By all accounts, North is a happy, confident, creative kid who has interests ranging from art to fashion to basketball. She is involved in activities, she has friendships, and she seems to be thriving despite the enormous pressure of growing up in the spotlight. The same appears to be true for Kim's other 3 children. So where exactly is the problem? Kim's approach to parenting has evidently helped her build an incredibly close bond with North. This was made beautifully clear when North shared a heartwarming tribute to her mother on Kim's recent birthday. On October 21st, North posted on her TikTok stories, writing, "Happy birthday to my mom. I love you so much and I hope you have the best birthday ever. Thank you for always being there for me and supporting me." Those are not the words of a child who feels controlled or stifled by her parent. Those are the words of a daughter who feels loved, supported, and appreciated by her mother. That tribute from North really says everything we need to know about the relationship between these two. Despite all the public scrutiny, despite all the pressure, despite all the challenges that come with being part of one of the most famous families in the world, Kim has managed to create an environment where her daughter feels safe to be herself and grateful for her mother's support. That is what good parenting looks like. I also want to point out that fake tattoos, temporary body modifications, and experimenting with dramatic looks is actually a really healthy way for young people to explore their identity. Think about it. North is not making any permanent changes to her body. She is not doing anything that cannot be undone in minutes or hours. She is playing with different aesthetics, trying out different looks, and seeing what resonates with her. This is exactly what adolescence is supposed to be about. It is a time for experimentation, for figuring out who you are, for testing boundaries in safe ways. The alternative would be what, exactly? Should Kim force North to dress conservatively? Should she ban all forms of creative expression? Should she make her daughter feel ashamed of wanting to try something different? That would be damaging and would likely lead to rebellion, resentment, and a breakdown in their relationship. Instead, Kim is choosing to support her daughter's journey of self-discovery, and she is teaching North that she can come to her mother with anything without fear of judgment or punishment. Some people might argue that 12 is too young for this kind of self-expression, but I would strongly disagree. 12 is middle school age. This is when kids start really developing their own identities separate from their parents. This is when peer relationships become incredibly important. This is when young people start figuring out where they fit in the world. Allowing North to experiment with her appearance in safe, temporary ways is actually helping her navigate this developmental stage in a healthy manner. It is also worth noting that North is growing up in a very different world than previous generations. She is part of a generation that values authenticity, creativity, and individual expression. She is part of a culture where people are constantly reinventing themselves, where fashion and beauty norms are more fluid than ever before, and where there is increasing acceptance of diverse forms of self-expression. Kim seems to understand this, and she is parenting accordingly. The fact that Kim responded to the criticism so directly and so confidently tells me that she is completely secure in her parenting choices. She is not second-guessing herself. She is not letting random people on the internet make her feel like she is doing something wrong. She knows her daughter better than anyone else does, and she trusts her own judgment. That is exactly the kind of confidence and self-assurance that we should be celebrating, not criticizing. Kim Kardashian is raising confident, creative, independent children who feel supported and loved. North West is a 12-year-old girl who is exploring her identity in safe, temporary ways with her mother's full support. That is not a problem. That is good parenting. And honestly, we should all be so lucky to have the kind of confidence that North is developing at such a young age. What do you think about this situation? Do you think Kim is handling this the right way? Do you think North should be allowed to express herself however she wants? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And make sure you like this video and subscribe to Celebrity Gossip for more stories about your favorite stars. Until next time, I will see you in the next one.